Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a traveler's notebook layout titled Old Yafo. I'll be scrapping these photos and I'm working with a digital version of the collection Transatlantic Travel by Carta. This layout is based on sketch number 24, which is a silhouette cut template that is available as freebie at MistyHilltops.com. And there are a number of freebies available for download, so if you haven't done it, go check it out. So I'm starting by working on the background here with the pattern papers that I printed out, clipping them to the individual paper elements of the template that I'm working with. And so these are actually little paper flags that come with the kit, and so I just print them and then fussy cut them out by hand. And then I realized, I still need to do one edge where I run a card along all my edges so that the edge is just a little distressed, because I find that it gives every paper a lot more dimension when I do that when compared to just putting the papers down flat. So I like that bit of dimension. It works well with the shadows and everything. And as you see me put down this strip, it goes across both pages, which means I have to carefully align the pages as I'm gluing down that strip so that the pages will work. And then I have this little piece here that is actually kind of like a road map or a city map type stamp that I have in my stash, and so I just stamped that on cardstock and then fussy cut it out just around the outline there. And then I have these several tags and other ephemera pieces that come with that Transatlantic travel kit that I printed out and cut out. And then here's this other piece of this road map, city map type stamp that it's just the same stamp, but I stamped it twice, and then I put it on my layout there. It works well because it just matches the theme. We were just roaming the streets of Old Yafo that day, and so it was just a good stamp to work for a city type layout. So here I'm gluing down the pieces of ephemera that come with this kit mostly, and because they go in the background, I obviously have to glue them down before the photos. Now you see that strip that I'm putting down at the top? This is actually a washi tape that is just a bunch of tickets lined up. And so I just cut out, used the washi tape on just cardstock and then cut that out. And so to just give it more dimension than if I just tape the tape directly onto the background page there. And here you see me just arrange a little more of the cluster. There's an embellishment cluster that I want to put there, so that's why I haven't really glued down the photo yet, because I'm still arranging things and seeing how I want to put things there. And because things are still going behind where the photo would be, so I have to be aware of the order of things. But now I'm ready to glue down the photo, because I think everything that goes behind the photo is glued down. I still sometimes make the mistake that I start to glue down the photo too early, and then I realize, oh no, something needs to go behind there. Or often I do that when I glue flowers. I glue the flowers first, and then I realize, the leaves should go behind the flowers. So that's a mistake I frequently make. I somehow still manage. Here I need to be aware this photo will actually go across the two pages. That means I will have to cut that photo apart in the middle where that page is the middle there. And because it's only a traveler's notebook album, I find it doesn't bother me too much, but I am aware where I cut a photo if I arrange my page in such a way that the two pages of the traveler's notebook spread are cut and a photo is being cut in the middle. So I'm aware where the cut will be. I have thought about it before I actually ever planned or designed this page, so that the photo it's not an essential part of the photo that just gets cut apart, but here it's just a street scene, and I felt it was okay to cut it apart. And then again, I'm continuing with my clustering. I used to do a lot of digital scrapbooking, as you can see if you go to my blog, MistyHilltops.com. And so the clustering there is so easy and works just fine. So I'm just a big cluster fan. And so I try to kind of imitate that on my actual paper layouts. And so I like using clusters. And these are some silhouette cut files that I use for flowers. Well, it's a mixture of silhouette cut files and the die cuts that I have. There's a bunch of die cuts that I'm using, different sets, just to have those little flowers, a mix of little flowers there. And so it's a mix of die cuts and silhouette. And then I realized I wanted to put some bling, and one of the flowers still didn't have a little sequin kind of thing in the center there, and I wanted to give it a center. So I went into my stash there and grabbed it. So now I'm getting ready to stamp a word. I think I'm stamping the word old, and I'm using a stamp alpha that I don't really like to work with because it's on this wood, mounted on wood, and it makes it really difficult to line it up perfectly. I do definitely prefer the stamps that are just clear stamps, acrylic stamps, so those kinds of things, or polymer stamps. So anyway, because the word, I was going to write the word old, and it's short enough, so it's okay for me to work with that alpha. It is a nice clear sans serif font for this alpha that this alpha uses, and so I like doing that. I like using this alpha. And so here I'm just fussy cutting out the word old, and then that will go where that strip is, where I started that strip with a washi tape, and then I have die cut this the word Yafo. So here I'm taking that strip of washi tape that I taped onto some cardstock because I wanted it a little higher and with more dimension, and so I glued that down to the page. And then behind there is that little label that actually comes with a collection from Transatlantic travel. And then I'm ready to just glue down this little alpha title there, Old Yafo. So I'm doing the letters, and I prefer working with die cuts over stickers, quite honestly, because it gives me a lot more freedom, because I can choose the papers, I can choose whatever I want with these die cut alphas over sticker sheets, where then the letters get limited to the letters that you have remaining in your sticker sheet and all that. So anyway, that alpha, now that title being glued down, I also want to put a little bit of a cluster embellishment there, and I decide to go with some flowers there, and then I have a few more flowers. I don't think I put all the flowers down that I have set aside. And then of course it's time to flip the page around, and I use the back side to cut it apart, and then that's this page done. So anyway, this is my layout done. I'm going to leave you with a couple of close-ups. I hope you enjoyed it. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.